Do you want a mansion? Do you want a super yacht? A private jet, perhaps? Do you want to have the riveting experience of using offshore accounts to hide from your taxes? Do you want to buy a Fortune 500 company and run it into the ground just because you can? Well, it sounds to me like you've got billionaire fever. Jesus Christ. Symptoms include, but are not limited to, spiteful and estranged children, scorned lovers, compulsively bribing congressmen, buying dumb shit you don't need to impress people you don't like, and the crippling mental weight of knowing you have the solution to world hunger, but you do nothing about it. For some goddamn reason. Today I'm going to show you just how rad it is to be a billionaire by giving you poors a slight glimpse into the lifestyle of being fully loaded. Today I'm going to try and help you, practically a 14th century peasant, to understand what it takes to be a billionaire. And maybe by the end of this, you'll have the work ethic to get there. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle. I mean, Jesus Christ, if I asked you what liquidity is, you'd probably say that delicious stuff at the bottom of my Mountain Dew can, right? You fucking yokel. So first of all, if you want an up-close look at the high life, you're gonna have to blend in with the elites, like a painted horse among zebras. And in order to make socialites believe that you have a little bit more than $23 in your checking account, which you don't because you're poor, let's not forget, you're gonna have to play to the strengths and weaknesses, and you're gonna do that by identifying the type of rich person they are. So I have made a helpful cheat sheet that will allow you to differentiate the different types of rich people you're gonna be talking to as you peruse their hors d'oeuvres at that house party that you had to sneak in the window for. Up first and foremost, we have the classic type of rich person, the old money. You can tell someone is old money by the fact that they're not wearing any fancy, flashy brands, yet you can tell that their cream-colored sweater is worth more than your entire college career. They're called old money because their great-great-grandpappy invested in the poppy seed back in 1776, and they've been working off that opiate money ever since. They probably have some sort of family crest, and at one point in history, they probably hunted other humans for sport. It is actually a known fact, and this is not a joke, and it is extremely rude to ask old money people where they got their money from, because a lot of them don't actually know. A lot of them are just coasting off of benefits and bonds that they've just been collecting their whole lives, and they don't know where the money came from. That's insane. So go ahead and enjoy working 3 jobs just to make rent, you fucking plebeian, you poor piece of shit. This guy doesn't even know where his money came from. He's so rich. And let's be honest, if you weren't so lazy and you worked hard enough, you'd be able to figure out a way to get generational wealth like these guys. Just do what any smart, money-motivated person would do and marry into a financially powerful family, and then, you know, either wait for one of them to die or kill one of them and collect life insurance slash, inheritance, and then, you're good. Why are you just sitting there not making money? Next type of rich person is new money. Notable characteristics of new money people are lavish dwellings, fancy brands on their clothing, and just an all-around sense of importance. Because of their lack of historical wealth within their family, they, according to old money, don't know how to act right. They don't know how to reinvest their money to create a powerful vacuum in a capitalist democracy, which is an oxymoron. Instead, they focus their money into things that are more symbols of status, like this insane life-sized hippo couch, or just 2 tickets to Disney World. These guys are as equally hard to talk to as old money people, but for different reasons. Old money people are hard to talk to because they've been so separated from the general populace that they don't pick up on facial cues anymore. Whereas new money people like to separate themselves as much as possible from the middle class. So they'll say words like dividends or ROI to make it seem like they know what they're doing. But despite all of that confidence, the only reason why they have money is because they dumped everything they had into a really stupid investment that no one else had confidence in, and it paid out in dividends. They might as well have just gone to a casino and put it all on black because they had the same odds. So yeah, if you want to rock hard with the new money crew, I would suggest going on Coinbase, finding the shittiest crypto you can find, and then just putting your life savings into it, because, that seems to work sometimes. And then we have the lesser known group of rich people, which is called the mysterious wealth class. These are your Epsteins, your Musks, your Tommy Wiseaus, your furry artists. They didn't invent anything incredibly useful or invest in some new brand of technology, but somehow they still have more money each year. And you can't find out where their money came from because either they have buried it so deep that there's no records of their financials, or the government has funded their lives due to blackmail and covert operations that will get you killed if you go digging. Either one is a real situation. So I would say that this type of rich person is fully funded by something called shame money. Either your fortune comes from secret apartheid emerald mines or horrible crimes that I cannot discuss here, or maybe you're just drawing the most outlandish fucked up shit in furry art and you're getting big money for commissions, but you won't tell anyone that. To become this level of rich, I would say you would have to metaphorically sell your soul. All you have to do to get to this level is treat people like objects at your disposal for a brief 10 to 20 year span, and then take that insane amount of wealth that you had and reinvest it in more legitimate schemes so that people see you more as a business mogul rather than a horrible, horrible monster. So that's So hopefully with this information I gave you, we can move on to get you into that upper class lifestyle. But knowing you poors, you probably weren't paying attention. You were probably picking your nose while tweeting about the newest episode of Bluey on your iPhone SE. I don't even know why I bother with you less than desirable types. Good lord. So for those few of you who paid attention in the last segment, I can confidently tell you that you are well on your way to becoming a billionaire. But we're not there quite yet. We still have to accomplish one of the most important steps of financial freedom. This step is, of course, fake it till you make it, baby. Here are my perfect tips on how to appear rich. The number one and most important tip for capital catfishing is credit cards. Yes, charge it, baby. You want to buy a Ferrari? MasterCard. You want to buy an insane steak dinner that you cannot afford? Put it on the Amex, baby. There's a whole host of doors that open up for you once you have the financial freedom of accumulating a life-changing amount of debt. Now, will you ever be able to pay off this debt in your current situation? Obviously not, look at you. But will spending this much money get the attention of other rich people who will invite you to their parties and then they'll tell you their rich people secrets and then you can start actually making real money? Maybe. And maybe means a lot when we're talking about money. Plus, the government got off the gold standard a long time ago, and the way we measure wealth in America now is through debt. Debt is the only thing that, just Google it, it's insane. So although that is scary, rack up that monthly statement, baby. You literally have nothing to lose. What are they gonna do? Take your house? Now that you have the short-term funds to finance your lifestyle, might I suggest number two, getting an entourage. This is one of the most important factors of appearing rich without actively spending money. You need a strong group of individuals to surround you at all times, consisting of two regular-looking dudes who say things like, is this guy bothering you? And Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. What the fuck? Then you need at least 4 beautiful women in the crew as well to get that 2-to-1 ratio of guys to girls going so that people respect you. And then for color, just throw in a guy who's always wearing a suit and he's always on the phone and he's always talking about making deals or some shit. Just, you know, to make it seem like you're making money as you walk around. Then you go to clubs or events that you were barely invited to in the first place. This will get people to notice how rich you are, which is exactly what we're looking for. But also, since you're poor and you don't have any real friends, you're probably gonna have to pay these people by the hour, definitely gonna have to pay the woman by the hour. So try and make these appearances as quick as possible. One, to keep up this idea of mystery, but two, you know, you don't want to spend that much money on fake people. Except for the fact that you're already following tip number one, which is the credit card thing. So money's not an option. Sky's the limit. Spend all the money you want. And now that you got the money and the entourage, might I suggest number three, throwing lavish parties. Now that you've spent a bunch of money on things and people, why not get a bunch of people to come look at the things that you've purchased? You don't have to go out to weird places to get rich people to notice you, just bring the rich people to you. For context of what we need to try to achieve, billionaire David Brooks spent $15 million on his daughter's bat mitzvah. So, you know, you should be idling around $5 to $15 million for this party if you want to get the right results. And finally, step number 4, this one's a little bit of a throwaway, but get an exotic pet. Just get like a tiger or a bear or some shit. I mean, those Saudi princes are doing that all the time, and they're like trillionaires. They're doing fine. So, you know, take a lesson out of their book, all right? Don't pretend like you know more than a Saudi prince about money. You poor piece of shit. Alright, now that I've shown you how to pretend to be and hang out with billionaires, let's get down to the brass tacks. And by brass tacks, I mean not paying your brass tacks, because I'm going to show you the quick and easy steps to becoming a billionaire. I mean, of course, you're going to have to work a little bit harder than you are right now. I'm sure you're putting the minimum in if you're not doing well financially. I mean, you're poor, and if you're poor, it means you're not trying, and if you put a little bit of effort in, you'd be a billionaire like me, and all the other billionaires, who I definitely have the phone numbers of. I mean, if you just cut back a little bit on your slovenly ways and reinvested that money into something a little bit more financially stable, you'd be rich so quick and so easy. But you won't, because you're poor and stupid. So for example, if you took the money that you spent on, what do poor people like? Lattes and Pokemon cards, and just put $1 in a savings account every day, that money would accumulate over time, and it would only take 2,738,000 years to become a billionaire. Okay, that takes a little longer than I thought. Let's up the numbers. 10 a day, let's say $10 a day. You probably spend more than that on scratch tickets and cigarettes. So it's not that big of a deal, just cut back on those a little bit. Put that money in a savings account and then you'll be a billionaire in only 273,973 years. So we shaved off a couple million, good God, billion is a big number. Okay, we can't do this through savings. So let's figure out, let's start a business. Start a business, that's a good way to do it. So just get a business loan, that's not that hard, and then you start your business, whatever you're gonna do. Just do anything, it doesn't matter. And statistically, 60% of all businesses fail within the first 3 years. So that's a bummer, but once we get over the hump, we'll be well on our way to get to the billionaire status. So those 3 years, you're making a ton of money, and then once you get over the hump, you'll be fine. But in the first 3 years, most businesses aren't even profitable, and then the profits tend to be low, and then you're lucky to break even on those 3 years. But if we hit the 15-year mark, then we're in. We're lucky, because 75% of new businesses don't hit that point. What are these statistics? At that point, statistically, there is a 0.00006% chance of becoming a billion-dollar company. What the fuck? Wait, how much money a day would I have to make to become a billionaire? Okay, so if you make $2.7 million every day and you don't pay any taxes on that and you don't spend any of the money on food or living situation and you can't have a family or friends or pets or even plants and work on weekends and holidays and add 2 extra days of the year somehow, and you will finally end up with less than $1 billion? Less than $1 billion? Why is this so impossible? I followed all the rules. I followed all the rules of being a billionaire. How am I supposed to fucking do this? It's like working hard doesn't equate to that much money being made. And that's everything I've learned about being rich is a lie. That if you work hard, you'll become a billionaire. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck, dude. You just got hit with a liberal idea. Oh my god, I'm indoctrinating the youth. Get fucking
oh my god,
work,
you guys
pussy.
all look so
oh my
stupid
god.
right
It was
now.
all a ruse, bro. We got him so good. I don't even give a fuck about billionaires. Oh, man. But for real though, I'm in an insane amount of credit card debt. If you could share this video, the ad revenue would help a little bit. I don't make that much on YouTube, but like any little bit helps. They know where I live and they've been sending a lot of threatening letters, and I haven't been responding to the emails, but I feel like they're gonna come at one point. So if you guys could just do whatever you can.